Why are many American Christians cheering on the possibility of World War III? Israel just launched attacks against Iran, the Middle East is on edge, civilians are dying. You might think Christians would be grieving. I mean, global war doesn't really sound like Jesus' whole vibe. But many US Christians are celebrating. Why? Because they've been taught that war in the Middle East means Jesus is coming back soon.
What wonderful days these days are before the coming of the Lord.
But let's be clear, this is not about biblical faithfulness. It's about a modern, discredited theological interpretation called dispensationalism, which teaches that Jesus can't return until Israel becomes a nation, the temple is rebuilt, and the world is plunged into chaos. So war and violence in the region is actually seen as God's plan. But this theology is only about 150 years old. No one in the early church believed it, and Jesus certainly didn't teach it. And many of the core components, like the rapture, might be in Left Behind books, but they're certainly not in the Bible. The passage in Matthew often quoted to support the rapture is actually about people being swept away in judgment, not about believers being caught up to heaven. Apocalyptic books like Revelation were never meant to be read like crystal balls predicting the future. That book uses hyperbole, metaphor, and symbols to critique the Roman Empire. For instance, most scholars believe the number 666, the mark of the beast, is a coded reference to the Emperor Nero, not to some future Antichrist. Although Trump does kind of fit the bill. The danger is that when Christians tie their faith to an apocalyptic timeline, they stop caring about justice in the present. Christians are never commanded to blindly support the state of Israel, ignoring war crimes, brushing off civilian deaths. We're called to be on the side of justice and peace and stand with the vulnerable regardless of nationality. If your theology causes you to cheer for war or excuse civilian deaths in the name of prophecy, that's not just bad theology, that's a betrayal of Jesus.